Formula 1 turns to Italy now for the first race in Europe of the 2019 championship. And the main news firstly came from Red Bull, who announced they would not be renewing their contract with Audi for 2020, but instead would be seeking another sponsor. Audi said it would endeavour to bring upgrades for Red Bull, but then take those upgrades away in the form of the engine regulations, which aren't changing for 2020, and produce it to another team. Meanwhile, there's been some driver changes as well. Nelson Piquet in Baku announced that he would be leaving Jaguar at the end of the race, and subsequently was replaced by the New Zealander of Mitch Evans. Mitch hopefully says he can lead Jaguar into some points later on in the season. Hopefully then they can progress later on in next season. The other change sees Joel Eriksson getting recalled by BMW to DTM. His replacement is another former touring car racer, Antonio Felix da Costa. The man once upon a time was part of the Red Bull Driver Academy. Now gets his big chance to show what he has for McLaren BMW on a contract at the end of the season. Ferrari elsewhere have brought new upgrades for Italy, and hopefully those upgrades will mean that they can close the gap to Renault, who seem to have a big pace advantage, in Baku. And hopefully, Ferrari say that with these upgrades they can once again continue their title challenge. So let's take a look at the grid for today's Italian Grand Prix. And Pierre Gasly, surprisingly, despite the pack of the power of the Audi engine, he takes pole. Nico Hülkenberg alongside. Vettel P3, Leclerc in P4. Great job for Pascal Wehrlein, he starts P5. Hamilton P6. Verne once again out qualifying bits from P7. Verstappen disappointed with P8. Van Dorn is 9th, and Ricciardo also disappointed, having only just got in the top 10. Perez starts 11th, good job for the Neo team, and Nasser starts 12th, both of them ahead of the Cheetah car of Robert Kubica, disappointing for him. He starts 13th, Giovinazzi starts 14th, Magnussen is 15th, Massa did qualify 6th, but 10 place penalty put him back to 16th. And at the back, the two McLarens and the two Jaguars, with the two new drivers of Evans and Da Costa on the back row. So hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of F1-E Mod 2019 edition. Today we're here for the Italian Grand Prix, episode 7 of 13. Of course, that double header in Austin, to come at the end of the season. But for now, we're here at Monza, a track that I went to just literally the other day when I was going to the Rome E-Prix. As you know, if you've been subscribed to my channel, you may have seen the video I did on the Rome E-Prix. But anyway, we've managed to qualify on pole. For some reason, I don't know how I managed to qualify on pole. Italy is an okay track for me. It's just the fact that usually I'm coming through the field in previous years. So
you've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
Okay, as usual in this series, it's going to be a one-stop. No point going on to a two-stop. Tyre wear's not that bad around here anyway. Lower the fuel limit to just under 1.9 as we get ready for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! And we've... oh dear, it's an atrocious start as usual. Hülkenberg has got us, Vettel has got us, Leclerc has got us, I'm pretty sure. Wehrlein's having a look, but we're going to go back down the inside of Leclerc. We're going to try and get the switch back on Vettel and Hülkenberg. That doesn't do, so we're going to have to sit behind them and see if we can get now in the slipstream up to the later turns. But it was really a poor getaway as usual. that we try to get stitched. Here's Lewis Hamilton, who's getting the move done on Verline and Ricciardo. Ricciardo is actually been undertaken, but tries to push Verline out. But actually, it's Ricciardo has attacked Hamilton around the outside and gets the position.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
So, yes, DRS enabled now. Leclerc tries to go down the inside and changes position under braking. And we lose part of our front wing. Red front wing, gonna have to pit the end of the lap.
You have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you opt for it.
What was he doing? He moved under braking. As we try and pinch Leclerc to the outside now. We've got no... I think Ricciardo's getting involved. We're going to have to dive bomb, try and get this stopped.
We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
It's not going to be too bad because we're only on one stop. Although, no, we're in the gravel. And that's the contact with Leclerc and his wheels over, and surely that's Leclerc out of the race. And we've been given a 5-second stop and go because Leclerc couldn't move out of the way. That reproach Verline now. He could have just... Look, there was enough room for him to get round there. Enough room for him to move to the right and to still take the corner. But no, he had to go to take the racing line. Now I'm going to get popped up by Verline, who's going to challenge a P3. Ricciardo and the two Cheetah cars down in the braking zone, and we've ghosted into Ricciardo. That's nice. I think Ricciardo's going to lose out to Kubica into the pits. We must go.
Okay, we've lost the position. That's us down a place.
See what happened to Ricciardo though in a replay. I'm not sure what happened, but then he unghosted and had contact with Kubica, and then they went on a drag race, which the Renault car is never going to win, and that's Ricciardo down a place. Just coming in for, I want to only slop, although it's going to be a slow stop of 5 seconds. There we go. Start working. Get the new front wing on the car with the nice Boss red thing on the end.
Complete. Go
Quite
now.
nice. One of the better. I must admit, it is one of the. I actually like this livery. It's one of the better ones that I've made over the years. But we're out in 2019, last place. It's going to be a long couple of lonely laps, I think, are to come. We'll have to see how everybody else fits in, bearing in mind we've lost time with the penalty under the... So yes, moving to lap 6 now. We're on lap 3 we're still in last place. We haven't made any gains on the bottom of it. There's Naza, I think. There's a yellow flag coming up ahead. Not sure what that's for. As we can try and slipstream to the outside of Kubica, who is falling behind Carlos Sainz for out in P15. Well, at least we've got somebody to play with. Well, they're saying that this is Honourable Hamilton. He's battling John Verne, and Verne is out of the race. This was a race that they wanted big points to cheat at, and they haven't done so. So yes, moving it to lap 7 now. A couple more people in. Da Costa's in, Russell in, Magnussen is in these. And then we're going to try and out-drag Perez to the outside. We must do that because he's on the super softs otherwise. You use that Ferrari engine in the back of the Neo to great effect. Kubica gets in as well. So he and Kubica can go and fight each other. And we're going to cows on now for the final point. We're actually going to we're actually looking like we can get a point here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing up to Giovinazzi, and Sainz and Giovinazzi are going so slowly to the outside now. Down in the second DRS straight, although Sainz is going to block us. We're going to have to lift off and try down the and we're going to be patient through to the Ascari chicane. Line this up beautifully. Sainz and Giovinazzi are still battling. We're going to have a better exit than Sainz now. Go around the outside, which will be going down to Parabolica. Sainz tries to get under braking. Can we hold it in there? In the dirty air, Giovinazzi? Yeah, hopefully we can, because we're going to have DRS on Giovinazzi down the inside. Sainz, I think, is on the other side. And we go down the inside, slightly up into P9, which is something, which is a good result considering the position we were in earlier. Kubica unfortunately got that result, got ahead of Sainz unfortunately, so moving to lap 12. It's a case of trying to get back in front of Kubica for those 2 points. But interestingly, you know, we had no front, half a front wing left, a penalty, and had to change the other half front wing. Despite all the time we've lost, our teammate is not very far away, as Kubica is very slow through Parabolica. This is going to move to the right hand side, and that is up. But Verstappen is only 8th. That is going to be it, I think. At 9th place. It's not much for Kubica to hold him off in the second DRS zone, as we did in, across the line for P9 it is for us. Hulkenberg won the Grand Prix. I believe that puts him in the front of the championship now, because Leclerc failed to finish. Vettel got second, and good result for Verline. Ricciardo came through the 4th, but Massa came through from 5th. Good strategy from him. Hamilton and Van Dorn 6th and 7th. Verstappen only 8th. Myself disappointed with Gasly results, with Kubica rounding out the top 10. Outside the top 10, Giovinazzi unlucky not to get points, as did Carlos Sainz. Sergio Perez as well, the Neo team, so they're there or thereabouts for Neo. Magnussen as well, out of the points. Russell, Da Costa, Nasser and Evans was last, with Verne and Leclerc failing to finish. No points for them to help them in their driver championship hopes, although Verne's pretty much has gone. Leclerc, though, still has the lead on points on number of wins. So he leads Hulkenberg on number of wins, which I believe is 2-1. Gasly ourselves as Gasly is 3rd, Hamilton in 4th, and Ricciardo is 5th. So that's 5 drivers there separated by 9 points. A bit back to Vettel in 6th, Kubica 7th, Verstappen in 8th, Sainz in 9th, and Verne is a long way behind now in 10th. So in the constructors, Renault open a 20-point lead over Ferrari, who in terms have a 30-point lead over ourselves, Red Bull. So we need to close that gap with some victories. Mercedes are 4th now, which is Cheetah in 5th, McLaren in 6th. Venturi Williams moving up to 7th place now, thanks to the 3rd and 5th place. Good results for them now, making their first points of the season. Neo in 8th, Jaguar in 9th, and Porsche Dragon in 10th. So, there we have it. The Italian Grand Prix. Let me know what you think, who is at fault for the crash with Leclerc, down in the comments below. And I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, see more episodes of the F1-E mod as and when they come out. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.